Someone just lost $12,000 trying to buy a single seat for a World Cup match, and they never even made it to the stadium. The website looked perfect. The logo was right. The colors were right. The only thing wrong was that the entire page was built by criminals sitting thousands of miles away, waiting for someone exactly like you to type in their card details. Right now, in 2026, the FIFA World Cup is the biggest sporting event on the planet, with more than 3.5 billion people watching across the United States, Canada, and Mexico. And where there is that much excitement, that much money, and that much desperation for tickets, criminals are not far behind. By the time you finish this video, you will know exactly how these scams work, how to spot them in seconds, and how to make sure your money actually gets you into the stadium instead of into a stranger's pocket. If you find this useful, hit subscribe right now, because this channel breaks down the tech stories that actually affect your wallet and your safety, not just the headlines. Let's start with the scale of this problem, because it is bigger than most people realize. Security researchers tracked more than 13,000 World Cup-themed domains registered between January and May of 2026 alone. One brand protection firm recorded a 900% increase in fraudulent World Cup-related websites in just 3 months. This is not a handful of scammers working from a basement. This is an entire criminal economy built around one tournament. The FBI took this seriously enough to issue an official public warning in late May, naming 36 specific fake FIFA websites by address. Some of these domains use what is called typo squatting, where criminals register a web address that looks almost identical to the real one. Instead of FIFA.com, you might see something like www-fifa.com, with the letters swapped just enough to fool a tired eye. Others use names like FIFA World Cup 26.sale, designed to feel official while leading you somewhere completely fake. This is not the first time the World Cup has been hit with this kind of fraud, and that pattern matters. Back in 2018, the entire scam landscape was built almost entirely around fake ticket markets, with criminals selling seats that simply did not exist. In 2022, scammers shifted their approach and wrapped their phishing campaigns around Qatar's official Haya Fan ID system, since every attendee was required to register for one. Every 4 years, the method changes slightly, but the goal stays exactly the same. Get inside the excitement of the tournament and steal from the people who trust it most. What makes 2026 different is simply the scale of the opportunity criminals are working with. This tournament expanded from 32 teams to 48, and from 64 matches to a massive 104 matches spread across 16 cities in the United States, 2 in Canada, and 3 in Mexico. That is more tickets, more demand, more confusion, and more cities running their own local versions of these scams at the same time. Law enforcement agencies on both sides of the border, including the RCMP and the Canadian Anti-Fraud Center, issued their own separate warnings months before the tournament even began. Here is exactly how the ticket scam plays out, step by step. It usually starts with a phishing email or a social media ad that claims you have been specially selected for early ticket access, or that a sold-out match suddenly has seats available. The link takes you to a website that is a near-perfect copy of FIFA's real ticketing portal, same layout, same colors, same registration flow. You create an account, enter your name, your email, your phone number, and none of it feels strange because it mirrors exactly what the real site asks for. Then comes the part that actually steals from you. You pick your match, you move through what looks like a normal checkout, and you reach a payment page asking for your full card details. The moment you hit submit, that information goes directly to the criminals running the site, not to FIFA, and not to any real ticketing system. In some cases, you will even receive a polished-looking PDF ticket with a QR code on it, something that feels completely real until you try to scan it at the stadium gate and security tells you it does not exist. Scammers are also exploiting the genuine confusion around FIFA's real ticketing process, and this is important to understand. FIFA's own system is famously clunky, often requiring multiple CAPTCHA checks and placing fans in a virtual waiting room before they can even see available seats. For the first time, FIFA also launched its own official resale marketplace with no price cap, charging both buyers and sellers a 15% fee on every sale. That confusion, combined with prices that can run past $12,000 for a single seat, pushes desperate fans toward shortcuts, and shortcuts are exactly where scammers are waiting. Tickets are not the only target here, so let's talk about merchandise, because this scam is just as dangerous. Researchers found fake online stores selling what they claim are official World Cup jerseys, sometimes literally showing a model wearing the wrong team's kit in the product photo. One cluster of fake stores even used cloaking technology, showing a real-looking storefront to scammers' targets while showing something completely different, like a basketball jersey site, to anyone else who stumbled onto the page by accident. These stores take your payment information just like the ticket scams do, and the merchandise either never arrives or arrives as cheap counterfeit goods. It is not just small scattered websites either. This is an organized counterfeit supply chain operating at a massive scale. In Toronto alone, police made arrests connected to the largest seizure of counterfeit soccer jerseys in Canadian history, all timed around the start of the tournament. Even at official-looking pop-up stores, fans have reported confusing pricing with no visible tags, making it harder to know if what they are buying is genuine or inflated. The lesson here is simple. A jersey that looks right in a photo tells you nothing about whether the company selling it is real. There is also a quieter, more dangerous version of this attack, aimed at people looking for jobs, not tickets. The FBI specifically flagged fake FIFA employment portals among the spoofed domains, pages pretending to offer jobs working at the World Cup itself. These fake job listings are designed to harvest personal information, like your social security number or ID documents, which can then be used for identity theft long after the tournament ends. If a World Cup job offer reaches out to you instead of the other way around, that alone should make you stop and question it. And because this tournament spans entire cities across 3 countries, the threat goes beyond your laptop screen. Cybersecurity researchers have warned that World Cup host cities face a wider wave of attacks during the tournament itself, including phishing campaigns aimed at hotel and travel bookings, fraudulent transportation and parking apps, and even attempts to disrupt ticketing systems and stadium networks through distributed denial of service attacks. A major global event like this creates a temporary digital ecosystem with payment systems, ticketing portals, and broadcast platforms all becoming targets at once. Nation-state actors have even been mentioned as a possible risk, using the chaos of the tournament as cover for espionage or disruption rather than simple theft. So now the part you actually came for, how do you protect yourself from all of this? The single most important rule is to never click a link to buy World Cup tickets. Not from an email, not from a social media ad, not from a text message. Open a new browser tab and type FIFA.com directly yourself every single time, no exceptions. If a deal feels urgent, if a seller says someone else wants the ticket so you need to decide right now, that pressure itself is the warning sign because real ticketing systems do not rush you like that. Always check the web address carefully before entering any personal or payment information. Look for extra letters, strange endings, or words like official tickets or FIFA 2026 stuffed into the domain to make it look more legitimate than it is. A genuine ticket should only ever transfer through FIFA's official account system, never as a screenshot, a PDF, or a QR code sent directly from a stranger. If a seller refuses to use the official transfer process and only wants a screenshot or a printed ticket, that conversation is over. Walk away immediately. Pay attention to how someone wants you to pay, because this detail alone can save you thousands of dollars. Be extremely cautious if a seller asks for payment through peer-to-peer apps like Venmo or Zelle, cryptocurrency, gift cards, or a wire transfer, because none of these offer real fraud protection if something goes wrong. A credit card gives you a genuine path to dispute the charge if you are scammed, so whenever possible, that is the safer way to pay. And if you ever see a World Cup ticket offer appear on Facebook, WhatsApp, or Telegram, treat it as a scam by default, because legitimate resale only happens through FIFA's own verified marketplace. The same caution applies to merchandise and job offers, not just tickets. Buy official gear only from FIFA's verified store or major retailers you already trust, and be suspicious of countdown timers, fake reviews, and too-good-to-be-true discounts on jerseys. If you receive an unsolicited message about a World Cup job opportunity, verify it directly through FIFA's official careers page before sharing any personal documents. And if something does go wrong, report it immediately to your bank, dispute the charge, and file a report with the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center so other fans can be warned too. Here is the bigger picture worth remembering long after this tournament ends. Major global events will always attract this kind of opportunistic crime because millions of people moving quickly and emotionally online is exactly the environment scammers are built to exploit. The technology criminals use keeps getting more convincing, with AI now helping generate fake listings and near-perfect copies of real websites in minutes. But the defense against it has not changed at all. Slow down, verify the source yourself, and never let urgency make the decision for you. If this video helped you understand what to watch out for, make sure you are subscribed, because more breakdowns like this are coming as the tournament continues. Share this with anyone you know who is still hunting for World Cup tickets, because the few minutes it takes to watch this could save them thousands of dollars. Drop a comment if you have come across any of these fake sites yourself. It genuinely helps warn other fans watching this. Stay sharp, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.